Every journey starts with the first steps, leaving the neighborhood. So in Denver, it's pretty cool. Got my bag, minimalist. You only need what you need. And usually seasoned travelers pack a lot less. Once you've been around, you realize you want to get around. And you don't need to bring everything with, and the more you bring with, the harder it is to get around. So what if you wanted to escape to a tropical paradise? So, just for fun, for vacation, how much easier is it if you can walk there, take trains and buses, really ground yourself to where you're at before you even leave? I mean, what if you were bugging out? What if there was something pressing you wanted to get out of Dodge? Obviously the most incognito way, as I take these shortcuts across Denver, get to the light rail. The easiest way is to be walking. That's pretty much common sense. The most covert way. And what would you bring with? Where would you go? You really thought something bad was going to happen. Well, you might want to go to a place that doesn't have an army. You might want to go to a place that has a third of the country national forest. You might want to go to a place that's overflowing with life. Rivers, ocean, fish, cattle. You might want to go to a country that is one of the most sustainable countries on earth. You know, you might want to go to a country that's super beautiful. You know, I sure thought about that. And I know a lot of other people do. I first started to come into Costa Rica like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, with kind of some of these thoughts in my head. And it's a country that you can speak English and everywhere you go. The US dollar is accepted part and parcel everywhere you go. We don't really mind. This is the start of my journey. Here we are, almost to the light rail, edge of Denver. That bridge right there signifies the entrance to the light rail. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful situation. Just walking away. It's like an indigenous person walking on down the trail. Something that's native and primitive and deeply to the root of things. Just a few small bags, some cash, a good water filter. It's probably the most important thing for me. I like really clean water. I don't like to drink out of plastic bottles. Ready to rock. Let's see here. Purchase tickets. Standard fare. 3-hour. I go back. Airport day pass. 1 passenger. Okay, proceed with purchase. $10. And And this is part of the reason the American public transportation system is failing us as a whole and divides and conquers us. $10 should not be the price to get to the airport, but we're paying. Following the squirrel. Just like a kind of a pretty little entrance. You know, the highways here. Here we are. Fine day for some traveling. Big reservoir over that ridge line. Costa Rica's that way. Canada's that way. There's a train right here.
The doors are closing.
One more step. Cool. At the airport now, Denver International. So that's rad. Travel hack. Alright, made it to Alajuela, Costa Rica. A super muggy evening, beautiful though, and everything is good, no problems whatsoever. It's awesome. So good to be walking. Here's maybe my bus. I don't know. What? Yeah, I'm gonna jump on a bus. A lot of times I'll walk to my hotel from here, but when I come in this late, it's like I just want to hurry up and grab some food. Jump on a bus. Will save me like maybe a half hour, so I can be reasonable. On the bus and down the way. Gracias. Okay, here, off the bus. That's the bus. Rad because in Costa Rica they don't have the fucking violence and the gangs that we do in the States. It's disgusting. But it's still hard to navigate the walkways. They're to be desired. Friday night. Taco smell, McDonald's, standard. Okay, cool. Here we are. Feels good just to drive yourself, you know, with your own shoes. Super rad. And it's cool to come into a place like this and it's just safe. Cool to have this yellow strip, this law on all new city sidewalks for sight impaired human beings, so you know when you're on the sidewalk. And I myself am a sight impaired human being, so I appreciate it, honestly. And it's cool. There's like a lot of good eats and stuff, not just the fast food in this town. It's so different coming out of Colorado, and then a few hours later watch a couple movies on the airplane, made some messages, and then here I am in Latin America, a 5-hour direct flight from Colorado, 5-hour direct flight from Chicago. 2 flights that I've done before, many out of Denver. Just a cool location. Not a huge fan of all the bars, like jagged glass up there. Yeah, and what they say is, would you rather live in a society where police officers run amok, handing out tickets, harassing people, sending people to prison for things that a lot of non-violent offenses, or would you rather live in a community that the homeowners police themselves? You gotta put bars and razor if that's what you gotta do. Like, I don't know, that's like up in the air. Personally, the town that I've chose to bug out to, my beautiful spot, is best of both worlds. I don't even have any windows in half my house. Don't have any problems, you know. None of my neighbors have any razors, or, I mean, we got fences, we're human beings, but we don't got this. Nobody in my neighborhood has this. Almost nobody in my whole town has that. So it's the ideal spot. And it's like half gringos, which is Europeans and Americans, Canadians, and then half locals. Basically, even though there's like probably 25% of that is illegal Nicaraguans. And that's how you know you're in a prosperous place. It's one of the marks of, do the locals do the menial labor, or do you bring in people from your neighboring country to do the work that the locals have progressed to feel like that is below them and there's better work for them to do? You know, it's a beautiful country, like, humbly. I don't know if this video is coming out. I know this, like, the lighting sucks. I can't see very well anyway, but yeah, and it's a trip to be coming from the west where it's dry. Say the old joke is, how do you make toast in Colorado? You pull some bread on the table and let it sit for 20 minutes. Boom, toast. Here is like the opposite. You pull out a piece of bread and 20 minutes later it's soggy. It's just disgusting. Okay, here we are, still moving, space to go, walking a slightly different way than I normally walk, just because it was easy to, where the bus dropped me off was slightly different, whatever. I'm one block off, and it's just nice to even walk down different roads, even though this Alajuela, Costa Rica is, I spent a lot of time here, stayed at several hotels, probably been here for a month and a half, 2 months of my life, at least a fat month. Yeah, and it's just a really cool, safe place. It's not the coolest place, but it's chill. Hello. Pura vida. Hello.
Hello.
Buen día. Okay. I feel like I might have passed the street, but I also am not sure. So, what happens, you take a little bit different routes, right? You get lost and then you find yourself. It's the beauty of life. Cool. A lot of kind of cool architecture. Like unique privacy stuff. Yeah, this town's pretty wealthy. This is a cool little walkway. Even though they're not supposed to paint over the yellow thing, really. But it's also not. Yeah, I totally walked by it. I have no idea where the fuck I'm at. Okay, we're walking still. I'm like really close. I just think I was like a block off. I think the streets kind of divided at one point in time, and I should have stayed more to the left, but it's chill. Like, I'm safer, I feel safer walking in this city than any, in America. It's not, I don't feel safe at all, really. So I'm gonna go, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna walk this way. We'll just loop. Yeah, you can see it's a safe place. I mean, we got a lot of razor wire and stuff, but like, that's like a car parking lot for overnight long-term use. Super chill. Wouldn't be walking at night. I see a lot of travel vloggers, and they're trying to show you how dangerous a place is, and they don't ever go when it's the dangerous times. And they're like, look, this place isn't that dangerous. And it's like, dude, you're there at like 8 a.m. How could it possibly, in Costa Rica, I mean, I'd rather be walking right here than Aurora, Colorado. You know what I mean? Much less like Rockford, Illinois, or you name it. Yeah, totally. Like, I think this is it right here, this next block. That's like the beauty of it. Once again, just a nice country. Didn't really ever have slavery. There wasn't that many indigenous people, which is very unique to the Americas. So like a lot of other countries have a lot more turmoil amongst their people, and this country just doesn't have that same turmoil. It's what happens when things aren't a melting pot. Melting pots are cool because it brings out like a lot of culture and food and a lot more unique conversations and things. But at the same time, non-melting pots just are safer. It's more family friendly. Like, just humbly, anybody who's been around, I feel like that's like obvious. Where is my... Oh, yeah, I must have walked a couple blocks too far. But you can, I mean, it's like a lot of inner cities. There's not a lot of green. There are some cool parks here, but not very big. Just little ones here and there. Okay, it's totally... I walked like 5 blocks too far. I'm just doing a loop, I guess. The night tour, and this is Friday night. Like, this is as wild as it gets, really. Which really isn't that wild. It's cool. Someone just cracked a beer walking down the other side of the street, because that's no big deal, you know. And they're not doing anything, but in America, they're going to put you on probation, send you to jail for doing that. Here, they just tell you, don't do that. Worst case scenario. It's just such a different vibe. Cool little spot over there. And this is a government building up here. Right? Where you get like your Social Security. I don't know what. Social services is what I believe it is. So here I am. Costa Rica Hotel. Kind of off. People don't notice it, and I walk by it, and it's like hidden, so it's like difficult to. Here we are. Costa Rica. Costa Rica. So I've been here a lot, so I know how to get into that door. There it is. Wasn't closing for us. Right. Hola, hola.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Oh, pura vida. Everything is good. Glad to be here. You got number 2 for me?
Number 1.
Do you have number 2? Is it not available?
No, but number 1 is in front for the number 2.
Yeah, I like number 2 better personally, but if you only have 1, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna set my bag down and go out and get some food real quick.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you. Ciao.
You're welcome.
Boom, here you are. $35. It's not super cheap, but it's pretty clean. Hotel's got a pool. I think this is the second best room, but it's the second best. That's not bad, right? Awesome. Pretty decent, safe place. Quiet is what's really important. The hardest part of lodging, I feel, in Latin America is, and possibly a lot of the world, is it quiet. Like, listen. Quiet. You can't hear any road noise. You're not going to hear when all the motorbikes start up at 5 a.m. Boom, here we are. It'll be cool. All right, peace.